on TV, and I am happy to be with you. And that's just to tell you that PRTVC is not just TV, but we also have radio, and you should make sure that you join us on radio as well, because all the excitement we bring you on TV, you also get that much more on radio. I am Anita Malum, and it is The Baroness, the program that brings you lots of information, and we educate you. We entertain you, yes, and we bring to bear certain issues that tend to be neglected in our society. I am not working alone today. I've got the lovely Kermun here with me, the youngest baroness herself. Kermun, how does it feel to be here today?
Super exciting.
Yeah.
You know, I always use this phrase because being on set is just something we're passionate about. We want to share our ideas. We want to bring guests that would impact society. We just want to be there for somebody who wants to also, we believe, who wants to also pay attention to the baroness, because today something unique, something exciting would be unfolding today on the baroness. We're going to start with the words of Mahatma Gandhi. You know, I'm good on quotes.
Yes.
Let's start with these positive words. It is health that is real wealth and not pieces of gold or silver. Yes.
Health that is real wealth. That's food for thought. Your health is your wealth. And some people, should I say, in trying to pursue wealth, put their health at risk, especially the topic we talked about last week,
yes.
looking at trafficking, people pursuing wealth, you know, trying to get a good source of living, and then they go out of their way into the bad ones, and they traffic themselves, or they get trafficked, and it becomes detrimental to their health, to their psychological well-being, and to the entire society. And at the end of it all, that wealth which you are looking for is putting your health at risk. But there's still another category of people whose health is at risk, even though it can be avoided. And every 19th of June, they get celebrated. And who are we talking about? We are talking about they're called warriors, but it's the World Sickle Cell Day that was celebrated on the 19th of June. And one thing we need to remind ourselves, like I said on another platform, sickle cell is completely avoidable. We don't need to have people that have that sickled cell. We don't need to have it. It is preventable. We can avoid it. We can do away with it. But sometimes we are too blind to open our eyes and see the realities around us and the facts that science has presented to us. And we end up having people that go through a lot of pain physically, psychologically, families that get traumatized, families that get broken because of the negligence of two people. So on the program today, we will be looking at, in retrospect, the International World Sickle Cell Day that was celebrated on the 19th of June, and a reminder that you and I can do something about it. We need to stop the menace of this disease, curb it as much as possible. Please, it has come to the point where we need to beg people. You know, we need to beg people, because I remember the last program we had, someone said that people believe that a miracle will happen, that they'll wake up one morning and miraculously have cells, blood cells that are not sickled, you know, even though they made the wrong decisions and the wrong choices. But we are hopeful that the Baroness will help guide you to make the right choices and to take the right kind of decision. And if you had made the wrong choice and the wrong decisions, and you're down with a warrior child or warrior children, then we would let you know what you can do and how your lives can be made better. Kenmun will do us the honors of introducing our guest.
As always, this is an extreme honor because our guests are quite unique. Simply put, unique. You will hear their stories, you hear their experiences, and you hear their thoughts on sickle cell. The very first happens to be the president, Jamie Pajoel, International Plateau Chapter. Holiss, idabor. It's a pleasure to have you on the Baroness, sir.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. It's once again, I'm also glad to be here once again. Poetry is like a home for me now.
Yes, and I love that smile, but we're coming back to it later. The smile is different. Yes, we are equally joined also by a sickle cell warrior and an advocate. Her voice is loud, and we're sure that it's going to reach a lot of people who are going through everything she has passed through. She happens to be Blessing Goyol Sambo. And I said to you earlier, I love your hairstyle. You look gorgeous.
Thank you, Ma. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. You know, I'm going to kickstart this with the very question. One thinks it might be simple, but it is a question that a lot of people might also want clarity on. We've been talking about sickle cell, sickle cell, sickle cell. Tell us in the simplest term what sickle cell means. Let's start with you, sir. Mr. Idabor, that's how we...
Sickle cell is a genetic blood disorder, and it's like we said, it can be avoidable.
Okay.
A lot of persons, if they have taken measures that are very, very informed, would have that avoidable. Because a lot of persons don't know their genotype. As a matter of fact, Nigeria have the highest sickle cell population in the world. How did we get here? We get here because many people don't know their genotype. That's a very, very... You know, was it before the World Sickle Cell Day, I went to Old Airport. I was interviewing keke drivers. I was asking them, what's the genotype? They did not even know what genotype is. How much more knowing the genotype? So one of the ways we can actually avoid it is by actually knowing our genotype. So, and it's very, very avoidable. I think... once again, it's a genetic blood disorder. In a lame term.
All right.
Okay.
Now, you said a lot of people don't know their genotype.
Yeah.
Accessing that information with regards to your genotype now, some people look for excuses not to access healthcare. They talk about cost implication. They talk about the time that gets wasted or time spent. I won't call it a waste now, and access to those kind of personnel that can carry out this test. They use that as excuses not to know their genotype. So can you tell us a little bit the access? Is it easily accessible, the testing centers for genotype? Is it affordable? Is it available? And does it take too long for you to get to know your genotype?
I think before now it's not as accessible as it used to be before, but now there are platforms like on Saturday when we did our sickle cell, World Sickle Cell Day, we did free genotype testing for people that came. So it's platforms like that are actually available out there. I think on Saturday again, Nigeria Foundation is having their house again free medical and checkup for different parts. So it's accessible now, but some persons are not even aware. You know, some persons are not even aware about even testing. So it's not just about being expensive or not being expensive. They're not even aware they need to do testing about genotype. So I would think it's first about an ignorance problem here. Yes, an ignorance problem, and that has been the issue that have elongated in this time. Years before now, our parents did not know. Like if you see what is on this our shirt now, our parents did not know, but we know now. So we should do better. I think it's a two-way things. First of all, is an ignorance problem. People don't know about genotype, number one. And number two, I would say the issue is not about even just them not knowing. It's those who have the sickle cell now. It's the drugs are really expensive. Yes, they're expensive, and somebody cannot actually even afford it. That's on that very. I get a lot of calls every day. Mr. Holiss, I'm dying. I'm having crisis. I don't have money. All of those things, and these are the things that these people go through. Go through a lot of things. Some people don't even sleep at night.
Wow.
A whole lot. So I don't know.
So, now, to buttress it further, now since it's a genetic disorder and people can understand when they carry out test, what does the test show? Let us educate the people, since we are here now, and we have already you have already alluded the fact that people don't know their genotype, and they don't know it because they're ignorant about it. So those that know, I go to the hospital, I get tested, and then they tell me your genotype is AA or your genotype is AS, and I think, viewer, genotype is different from blood type, because we had a caller that was saying he's AB, he's AB, his wife is A, and was wondering if their children would come down with sickle cell. But that is completely different. So I'm AA. Now, somebody is AS. What does it mean? Somebody is AS, somebody is SS. What does it mean, in layman's term? Now, Holiss, we're still with you before we get to
the normal genotype is AA. If you're having AS, it means you have a sickle cell.
Okay.
Yes, if you have a sickle cell, there's AA, there is AS. There's even AC, but AC is not as what's it called? As there's pardon?
SS.
Yes, and SS. So these are several genotype that we have. So if you have the normal one is AA. If you don't have AA, it means there's an issue. Yes, there's an issue. So every other one has some level of health complications around that. So the normal one is AA. Every other one, AS, AC, SS, SC, they're all 40 Lord says.
Okay, let's come back to you, Blessing. I'm sure a lot of people want to know about, or just to hear your thoughts, your journey, your story so far. Can you tell us a bit about how easy or how difficult it has been to navigate life as a sickle cell warrior?
My journey as a sickle cell and as a warrior that I am, it has not been easy living with sickle cell because there is some happy days, and most at times those happy days do not last. We go through pain, we go through things, we go through stigma a lot from school, environment, jobs. I lived with sickle cell all my life and have suffered with pain. When it comes to school, I have yellow eyes and people look at me and make fun at me. But one thing I always tell them, I told them, these are special eyes that you won't see them anywhere. And when I grow older, I'll look more beautiful with those yellow eyes. That's what I always tell people that sees me with yellow eyes. Apart from the schools, we find it very difficult to get jobs.
Okay.
I've come across different organizations that just leave me because I'm a sickle cell. They'll be like, you can't do this task without trying, without giving me the opportunity to. So the stigma comes from outside. So most of us sickle cell, we don't want to be known as sickle cell.
You know what, Blessing? Let me interject a bit. You know, a couple of weeks back, I was crossing a major highway here in Jos, and I came across a lady. She was bent over, doubled over, crying. And before I crossed the road, I had noticed that she had been there for close to 10 minutes. People would just pass her. Nobody would even ask her anything. And she was in the middle of the road. You know, when you cross the first part, that's middle of the route where people stand to cross the other. Yeah, the road divider. So I was wondering, what's wrong with this lady? I was doing some business across the road. I decided to just cross and ask her. After I just noticed that she had been there for a long time, I crossed and asked her. She told me that it's sickle cell. Her body, she's facing severe attack and she cannot even walk. That's how I had to ask a guy that was passing by to just help her. Let's just hold her and crop. Her body was locked. She couldn't move. Now, why am I bringing this story? It's painful. A lot of people passed by. Nobody stopped. And we are claiming to be a society that is advancing, is witnessing change when it comes to our reaction to certain illnesses. We are helping more. How do you navigate society in a world that people just pass you by and some do not even help when you're in distress? Or is it improving? Still Blessing.
I think sickle cell have suffered a lot of this because first I've talked about our medication. They are very expensive. Some of us are not opportune to go to the hospital to get a better treatment. I have a friend that they have to rehabilitate her because the amount of pain reliever that she has taken could not even, the pain reliever that was given to her in the hospital could not even work for her anymore.
Wow.
The society have become very difficult. It has become a different world for us sickle cell to communicate with.
Now, you know, this difficult reality that Blessing is reminding us of, because it's something that we see and overlook every day. It's something that we can prevent. You know, it's something that doesn't need to happen. But I don't know, Hollis, can you tell us how we can prevent this? They say prevention is better than cure.
Yeah.
Sadly, when you come down with sickle cell, there is no cure. So how can we prevent it?
First of all, I would say that let's create an atmosphere for sickle cell warriors. Like I remember when we did our event on Saturday, one of the sickle cell warrior posted and said, it felt so important. It felt so loved. When they see other people who are sickle cell warriors, they have this confidence. So I think I'll say three things. First of all, is that let's create an atmosphere for sickle cell warriors to actually thrive. Like from churches, I will talk about pastors, teachers, people who are in authority. The media, like what we're doing now is someone who's a sickle cell warrior is watching out there and like, wow, thank God we have a voice. They want to be heard. You know, a sickle cell warrior hates you being pitied. I remember, I think when we were talking that day, saying, Holiss, are you pitying me? I said, I'm not pitying you. You didn't get to. It's not about pity. So let us first of all let's create an atmosphere that can allow them express themselves. They're very, very intelligent people. I can't explain how I work with them a whole lot. So I see them very intelligent. Number one is let us create an atmosphere that can actually help them thrive. Number two, I would say again is that let us encourage them. When you see a sickle cell warrior, speak hope and life to them. Encourage them. There's a whole lot that I know we've met for a very short time, but I know how much she expressed herself in telling me, Mr. Holiss, thank you so much. She have gotten a lot of life, Abby, from meeting me so far. So I think second thing I would say again is when you find a sickle cell warrior out there, please encourage them, motivate them, tell them they can do so much. You can still win. That should not define your life. Don't allow that status of being a sickle cell warrior define you or limit you. I think the third thing I would say again is let there be a system and structure maybe from the government that can assist these people. So I know of a lady who started working there. Her mother earns 24,000 naira in a month, and the mother works in the hotel. She stays 1 week at the hotel, stay 1 week at home. So and the money is not even enough. So that woman cannot even take care of her child. The girl coming literally almost every day. She even comes yesterday, I send money to her again. So let there be a system and structure that can support these people. Even if it's drugs, all these things, you cannot cancel it totally. But at least let them be a support system. I'm aware that if they start taking drugs and these things, it makes them feel very, very better. You will not even know she is, but because there's a lot of money is going into this. So I think that's the three things I would say. First of all is let this community and society create an atmosphere for them to thrive. One. Two, people in authority like pastors, teachers, people who have people in under them. Let them not victimize these persons. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. The last part I will say again is that you as individuals, let us encourage them. There's a whole lot we can do. Me as a young man like this, I know many persons that I have encouraged in my own little way. So if we have more people doing the same thing that I am doing, we would have a better society for sickle cell warriors.
So beyond encouraging them now, how do we even prevent it at all? Because you told us in your opening remarks that Nigeria has the highest number of sickle cell warriors, and it is quite alarming knowing that it is something that is preventable. So how can we prevent it? What do we have to say to our viewer right now that can help them, make the right choices, considering the fact that the family suffers, your economic well-being suffers, and the warrior himself, the sickle cell warrior himself, also suffers, goes through a lot of pain and traumatizing experiences. So what should we do so we don't even have it at all?
First of all, awareness.
Okay.
Let us go to from Vera Foundation and JPI, we've partnered to ensure that we can create more awareness. Let's go to schools. Okay. Let schools talk about it. Let's talk about it. First of all, awareness. Let people be aware that if you are AS, you cannot education. So let people be educated. Schools, churches, parents. If you are AS, there's a lady who is AS. She went to the university around this Plateau State. She had an intercourse with that young man who doesn't also know his genotype, and it's also AS. Now they have a child out of wedlock who is SS, and that same woman have her own second child as SS. So first of all, it's education. Let people be aware. Schools should take it upon themselves. Let them tell them about this thing, the detriment of you being AS and getting married on that AS. Number two thing, the first is education. Number two is what's it called, blind decisions. Some persons know that they are AS. They say, no, I love this lady so much, I must marry her. We don't care. We don't care about children.
But don't you think that love conquers all?
Love conquers all. So I would say very much that some persons are so selfish. So selfish, they don't think about the future of the next generation. They don't. They say, "Oh, I love you. I love you." As we speak now, currently, madam, there's somebody out there now who is telling a young lady that say, "I don't care about children. I just love you so much. I would die for you." And all of those things. They want to get married. And these not people are not educated. They know what is. They know the judgment of what their actions, and they are still willing to take it, and go further. So I think I would say number one is education. Number two is they need to start flogging the persons.
So stringent measures need to be taken with regards to that. No, but actually, Mr. Holiss has said it. If you know your genotype and you know you are AS, there's no point at all. Love cannot conquer what science has already proved. Love cannot change your genotype.
I think the love nowadays has eyes and ears. It is quite bold. It is no longer blind. Yes.
Yet people still, go blindly. AS getting married to an AS and then coming down with children that are sickle celled and having a lot to go through.
Yes.
Viewer, we are still on this. We are going on a very quick break and our guests are still here. When we return after the break, we will continue our discussion. And Blessing has already given us a tip of some of the challenges that they go through as sickle cell warriors. The problem of discrimination and stigma. When we come back, we will address that. It is not an airborne disease. So why are they stigmatized? Why are they discriminated upon? We would get back and talk more on this after the break. It's still the Baroness. Don't go away. Welcome back. It's still the Baroness, and I am still here with Kermun and our lovely guest, the very beautiful Blessing Goyol Sambo, who is a warrior. Yes, a warrior that has been able to, live with the sickle cell disease. They say it's not a disease, so we'll just call it sickle cell. And also, we have Holiss idabor. And they've been intimating us on some of the challenges that the sickle cell warriors go through and some of the challenges that the NGO also is facing with regards to wrong choices made by people. Before the break, Blessing told us that they experience a lot of discrimination and a lot of stigmatization. Now, Holiss, why do people discriminate sickle cell warriors, and why is this stigma? For one, it is not an airborne disease.
It's not contagious.
It is not contagious at all in any way, and it doesn't show on their bodies. It doesn't give them so you don't see somebody and tell just this person has sickle cell. It's not written on their faces. So why the discrimination? Why the stigmatization?
First of all, I would say that probably they don't have an SS in their life.
Okay.
If you have somebody, ever since I started doing this sickle cell advocacy, my love for sickle cell warriors, it's actually increased. they are so amazing people. So I think first of all, they don't understand the pain these people go through. They don't have sense of empathy.
Okay.
Because if you don't know what people go through, you can discriminate people. Because you are acting blindly. These people, it's not their fault. They were born. It's a genetic disorder. So I think they don't know what they go through. So that is one of the reasons why I would say discrimination is happening. Because if you have someone who is a sickle cell warrior, your actions will literally even change. If you ask me today, I can marry a sickle cell warrior? Me, I can't, because I'm A. It's because I understand how if it's a, I must say I'm not, if I find someone I love so much, I can't because I see what they go through. So if I'm A, it means I can save one.
Okay. Blessing, let's come to you. We've talked about challenges, we've talked about some of the constraints sickle cell warriors face. Now you are living with let me not say disease, you are living with it. Talk us through your experience when it comes to relationships. How are you able to navigate that? He spoke from the professional perspective, but let's hear your in-depth perspective because you're actually living it. So talk us through that.
Relationship have not been so easy. I will call it a no-go area for me. Because I'm a kind of person, since when I experience the stigma that comes with it, I hide up. Since I don't look like, let me just pretend I'm not one. So I go to relationship, and first thing, I won't tell you that I'm a sickle cell. I'll just ask, if you met someone with a sickle cell, can you marry that person? And the first thing I'll hear is like, no, I can't. Their drugs are very expensive. I can't even take care of myself. Why will I carry someone with burden like that? And I also have a friend. He's friendly, a girl that she's in sickle cell. And I knew about her very well. So I have this passion. I just love people with sickle cell. I love them. So I was asking about the girl, how is it? How are you guys coping? He was like, do you know that she's SS? I said, but you are AA now. And I said, I have to let her go. I said, how are you able to do that? Why will you do that? He said he can't cope with people like her. And because he don't want to break her heart, he told her that he said, AS. You can imagine telling me right into my face.
Lying about
it. That he said AS. He lied to the girl so that they can depart with.
But Blessing, I'm still going to throw another question to you. In light of some of these challenges, these issues, when people stigmatize you, when they stereotype you, and everything that keeps going on in Nigeria, do you have hope for the future when it comes to the disease and everything, navigating it? Is there hope for people to do better? Is there hope in terms of medication? Is there general hope when it comes to the illness?
I won't lie to you. I was not having hope until when I met Mr. Holiss.
Oh,
yes. Because the government are not trying. I know there's a time that I have to fill a disability form for me to get funds to buy my medication. You can imagine.
Okay, what does that mean? Do they pay for the medication when you fill the form?
No, they just give you certain amount of money for disability. Yes.
Okay, like a rebate or something, like subsidized.
Yes.
But is sickle cell a disability? That's the question now that we are posing to our viewer. Having a sickled cell, does that make it a disability? Because looking at Blessing here, Blessing is tall, she's beautiful,
very
her hands
gorgeous.
are good.
Look at
I'm
her.
sure she can walk, and she's strong. I'm sure Blessing can do some things that I cannot do.
And
does that make
something,
her
Anita?
disabled?
The thing about sickle cell warriors is that they are usually beautiful, gorgeous. They are tall. They look like models. Oh my God! When
I know
see
a
them
few.
walk down the street.
There's one I know that is even a barrister at law, and is practicing, and has traveled far and wide. You don't know this person has this challenge. So why would we lump them and say that it is a disability? Now, this is one thing I want our viewer to think about and ask yourself. Because I have a sickled cell, does that make it a disability? Do I have a disability? Does that make me not able to do a lot of things? That is one question I want you to just ponder upon as we continue this discussion.
But you know what? The phone lines will be open so that you can share your thoughts on that. Now, Anita threw a powerful question. Please ponder upon that and contact us on 0703 654 5779. 0703 654 5779. And do remember, we are equally streaming this program live on our Facebook and YouTube platforms. So you can locate us on the Baroness Live at PRTVC.
All right. Now you know where to find us. Mr. Holiss, you have been working, you run an NGO, and this NGO has been working with people that are sickle cells, the warriors themselves. And Blessing has told us some of the challenges that they go through. So how can we now as a people help them overcome these challenges? Because the issue of stigma and discrimination is very real. When it comes to work placement, she says she cannot get a job because they say she is disabled, and there's nothing wrong with her. There's nothing physically wrong with her,
or even mentally.
Yes, it's just something wrong with her blood, the works of her blood, and it has not stopped her from doing so many things. So how can we as a people help overcome this issue of discrimination and this issue of stigma? Because if I am trained, if I go to school and I have a qualification, why shouldn't I get a job?
Okay, I think thank you very much. And a program like this is one of, let's have more of such program that people can watch and get educated, because like I said initially, that some of these people that discriminate these persons, they know what they go through. It's not easy. It's like fighting for your life. It's not easy. So I think one thing I would say again is, as a people, is let's educate others. Educate others, one, and let people understand that these people are not necessarily they're not like disabled. They have Blessing can do it. She's very intelligent. Something that she will say, I will do. I say, you can do this, and say so what I would say again is this is education. Let's educate others. Brother A educates Sister B. So when we have people who are educated about this disorder, we'll have less discrimination. Yes, I think we'll have less discrimination on that.
Right. Okay. Do you have the ability to do office work, for example? Can you do office work, and can you go to school comfortably, run a degree, run a master's program, run a PhD, even as a warrior?
Can you farm? Okay, that came out weirdly, but is it something a sickle cell warrior can do? Okay. So physical work, rigorous work doesn't trigger attacks?
It triggers once it's very has to be stressful.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I think they have a stress elasticity. They have like a capacity. So when they reach that peak, they're like. So you have to, if you're working with a sickle cell warrior, you have to also be careful. Like even when we go at that time, say, "Are you okay?"
Okay.
So that I don't actually stress beyond. So I think there's a capacity at which they can function. So but them themselves know when it's too much for them.
Okay.
So they always say, "I think I'm tired of this for now. Okay. And take some rest."
But that's the same with every human being, right? Don't you get to that point where you actually get tired and I am tired, I think I need it.
But I feel as though since their bodies are a bit more fragile, society needs to be more conscious to take care of them, to ask them these questions. Have you eaten? Are you okay? Do you feel faint? It's something that as people, it behoves on us to do that more. Which brings me to the theme for this year's Sickle Cell Day, which is from awareness to action, building a nation of care, closing the survival gap. That is it, right? Now looking at that, every year in, year out, on June 19, we celebrate Sickle Cell Day. What is unique about this particular year? What makes it different than the previous years? What is that thought, that food for thought that makes it special?
I think on that, I would say people are becoming very aware about it. Like this year, like one of the most celebrated Sickle Cell Day. I've not celebrated Sickle Cell Day like the way we did this year.
Okay.
Yes, it was so. I think even next year will be more powerful. This year was so because I think and this has led a lot of sickle cell warriors to come out. If you check TikTok now, you see a lot of me doing 30 days challenge to the day. Before even the day, I saw 30 days challenge. People that are following me, so 30 days challenge to the day, 40 days challenge, 20 days challenge. So I think sickle cell warriors are coming out. I'm so beautiful about it. Watching them come out to speak. It's not an easy thing, but I think they are coming out to speak using the social media platforms to actually get people educated, get more reach, and all of those things.
Okay. This is a reminder to our viewer. Our phone lines are open. You can call us on 0703 654 5779. It's presently being displayed on your television set. I'm still going to throw that question back to you, Blessing. Every year we celebrate Sickle Cell Day. Is there anything that stands out about this particular year for you, a warrior?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell us what.
This particular work that we did was very amazing.
Okay, we walk from where to where? We need the particulars.
From Old Airport, we took this walk from Old Airport to Secretariat Junction.
Oh,
And
interesting.
I noticed most of the sickle cell warriors were not able to even climb the car that Mr. Olin prepared for them if they can't walk from. Yes, they were like, let's just go. They were so happy.
So they walked from Old Airport to Secretariat Junction.
Yes.
Okay.
I hope they made provision of glucose, water, and some of this refreshment for you.
Available.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes, still, as a community, it's important that we rally around each other. So as survivors, do you have like a support system for yourselves? Sickle cell warriors, where either on social media or you have places where you meet physically to just strengthen each other. Is that something that you have?
Mr. Owens is making that ways for us to get to know each other and to communicate and to encourage each other.
Mr. Owens, I hope she's right.
And I think I had a conversation with the Commissioner of Health. I think as last 2 weeks. And as I speak currently, Plateau State have launched the state sickle cell registry.
Wow, that's interesting.
So that people who are like after when I leave here now, I'll be at the Ministry of Health to follow up on that conversation that we had. So let people who are sickle cell warriors go and register. From that, we'll know people that are sickle cell warriors in the states. From that, we can make provision. So the goal, me personally, I will not rest on this case. Okay. I'm not a sickle cell warrior, but I don't know the I don't know. So
they are quite endeared to your heart, actually.
I think one of the very reasons they are innocent people. They're very kind. Like the photographer, one of the head of media that we had on Saturday was seriously a warrior. The passion he put into, I even called him for coming here. The passion he put into work is so amazing. Like most of them that are sickle warriors, they work from their hearts. They know that people don't give them work to do. So whenever you give them something to do, they see you as very, very important.
So they put in more than 100%.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
So that they can make you proud.
Wow, and they have been making a lot of us proud. Those of us that have encountered some of them. And viewer, I'm really excited, Mr. Holiss, about this move by government to register sickle cell warriors. So we are hopeful that after registration, it will move into provision of some of the drugs or subsidization of some of the drugs that are needed by the warriors themselves because of finances. And we are hopeful that over time, as they take care of themselves, more room will be open for them to get more jobs, to be able to take care of themselves, to be employers of labor over the years as they wax stronger.
True.
Our lines are still open. It would be good for us to hear a little bit from you. Are you a warrior, or do you know a warrior, or are you having concerns about people that are sickle cell warriors. Our line is open. The number is there on the screen for you to call us before we wrap up. So, talking about campaigns, earlier on you spoke about taking campaigns everywhere. And I know that what advertisers do if they want a product to sell, first of all, beyond putting it in your face, they can use child-friendly methods. You know, children have a way of being very persuasive, very convincing, and they don't allow you rest until they get what they want. So, have you been able to take this campaign now, this awareness campaign, to the schools themselves? Because I'm thinking, if children don't know their genotype, right, and you take that campaign and tell them it is good to know your genotype. You are either ASAA, ASAA, SS, AC, or whatever genotype it is. It is important to know these are the dangers ahead. You know, go and tell your parents. How effective do you think that will be?
Okay, I think it's been very effective. People get to know everything that what is even genotype. And this is missing to every school. This is missing to every school in Plateau State that Whereby Foundation in collaboration with JPI is open to speaking to your schools.
Okay, can you hold that thought? I'd like us to receive our very first call. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ma. You're on to the baroness. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Rashida. I'm calling from Dolbert Figures.
All right, go ahead, Ma.
All right. I want to thank Mr. Holiss and the blessing for their good work on Saturday. I was part of them for the work. I really love it and like it. And blessing, I love it so much. God will keep you. I'm hoping to go for the house more again. Thank you for the good work. Mr. Holiss, thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you for calling, Mrs. Rashida. You have a fan, blessing. So you see you're a celebrity. I'm sure that makes you excited,
And
right?
she's wowed by all that Blessing was able to do.
Yes.
Thank you for those words of encouragement. We should go beyond this and encourage any warrior that we happen to come across at any point in time.
Yeah, I'd like to throw this question to you, sir. You know, when people find out right from the onset, especially as they've just given birth, that their children have certain defects, it could cause a lot of constraints. Marriages have ended because of this. Spousal abandonment. In some cases, even when they stay, they begin to maltreat their children because they feel as though it's the kid's fault. Why would you have that disease?
The child is a curse.
Yes, it's costing me a lot of money, some of these issues and stuff like that. So what would you say to a parent watching currently who has just discovered, went to the hospital and was told, your child is sickle cell, is a sickle cell victim? What would you tell that person?
First of all, I'll say it's the parents' fault. It's not the child's fault.
Okay.
If for the child to have, based on having AS, go married to AS. And there's a very common myth that sickle cell warriors, when you don't have money, they will not be sick. The moment you start having money, sickness will start coming. I mean, I don't know if you're ready to. These people are weak. They're weak. So there's a myth that when you don't have money, you might not be sick.
Okay.
When you start seeing anybody have money like this, and so I think I would say, and I've seen a lot of sickle cell warriors say they don't just kill their parents because some parents can get really tired. Even me at times. I think I was telling my friend the other day, I got a call yesterday, I got a call this morning, I'm crying. I said, what about your father? I said he did not have money. I had to send money to the person. So it's not so some parents can actually get fed up by the what's it called?
The demands.
The demands, financial implications. And they can even get, there's a lady that called me one day and said around 12 a.m. she was with her mother. Mother said she did not do anything. The lady crawled from her house to the hospital around 12 midnight.
Wow.
The next day she drank sniper.
Oh dear.
So let us end it. Why is she leaving?
Oh dear.
When she met me, Mr. Holiss, I think I have hope now. I say I don't drink snapper again. I say I won't drink snapper again. So, and some of these persons, they get rejected by their very own parents who brought them to this world to suffer. It's not the parents' fault because they have spent a lot of money. It's like that. Some parents I won't say I just even die saving in their own mind.
But it's their fault. They brought them. They didn't make the right choices.
Yes.
You know.
Blessing, I'd like to still throw that to you, but rather than parents now, as a survivor, somebody living with that situation, what would you tell a teenager or a young girl, possibly your age or slightly older than you, who is living with sickle cell. Do you have words of hope for them?
Yes.
Okay.
We are warriors. Why do we call ourselves a warrior? We fight to survive. So don't give up. I know the pain will be so severe that sometimes you wish for yourself to just end it. But just know that there's nothing, God said in His word, there's nothing that will give you that you can't handle. We call ourselves warriors because we fight to survive. We are broken but yet hopeful.
Wow.
Wow, they are broken but yet hopeful.
hopeful.
And we are the ones breaking them. So, viewer, please let us stop breaking them.
Yes.
Let us stop breaking them. We need to encourage them. We need to support them. If you come across any warrior anywhere, any day, encourage the person. Give that person hope. And if families are going through challenges because they have a warrior in the family, parents, know that it is your wrong choices that brought this upon you. So you brought it upon yourself. But beyond that, show that child love. Support the child. Encourage the child. Who knows? From the love you are showing, good would come your way. You never can tell. You never can tell. But we know that good always gives birth to good. So the good things you sow, you always reap it back. So if you sow bad on that child because the child is sickle cell, then you might get the worst from it. But we don't want that to happen. And considering the fact that Nigeria has the highest number of sickle cell warriors in the world, not just in Africa, in the world, it is quite worrisome. It is very, very worrisome, and we need to do something about it. So as much as possible, when the butterflies start flying, Germun, like she said, love is blind.
True.
This kind of love should not lead you into fire. So when the butterflies start flying, make sure you check your genotype first. Know your genotype. And if you are AS, like Mr. Holiss said, if you are AS and the love of your life is AS, please know that it is a no-no. Your possibility of getting an AA child is
Very
1
high.
out of 100. Please. Let us protect the next generation, like on their t-shirts.
Yeah, save the next generation. Shout out to the founder of Miwa Valley Foundation. She's doing amazingly well. We had it in 8 states,
Oh.
and God so kind that it's really, really growing. We had 400 people that joined us at the work.
Interesting.
It was so amazing.
Interesting. 400 people in Jos.
Yes, and just
Wow, that's
Okay.
interesting. So, the voices should be louder. Do not discriminate against persons that are sickle cell warriors. Do not discriminate. And as much as possible, support them. They can do so much.
support and partnership is really, really welcome.
Yeah, support and partners. Support and partner. Where can they meet you if they want to partner?
Okay, you can meet us at Miwa Vera Foundation on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok.
Okay, the name again?
Miwa Vera Foundation.
Muyua Vera
Muyua,
Foundation.
okay.
Okay, Muyua Vera Foundation.
And you can also meet me. You can also, if it's Plateau State, because we have different states,
Okay.
you can check for Holiss idabor.
Okay.
Holiss idabor.
Collins Idabo.
Idabo.
Collins Idabo.
Holiss idabor.
Okay.
And we can also link you to him
Yeah.
in case you've not gotten all that. You want access to him, please just call through to the baroness and we will link you to him.
Please support the warriors. Let us reduce the number. Please, Nigeria should be known for something else. Let us reduce the numbers as much as possible and safeguard our future. So the next generation, the generation X's and Alphas, now you know. Don't make the mistake that we did. Okay, don't make that mistake. Let's protect the next generation. Thank you so much, Blessing Goyle, for coming on the Baroness. And thank you so much, Holiss Idabo, for being here with us. And thank you for educating us so much more. Kermun?
Sadly, our phone lines are blowing up and it is just when we're about to step off the studio. So we apologize, we cannot take your calls, but you can drop us text messages. I'm sure we will have more conversations in line with this topic. Do remember that taking care of your body, both physically, mentally, is something that you owe it to yourself because your body is the only one you have. And when it is broken, you will spend millions, even trillions in the hospital to get it into top shape. Remember to check us out on our Facebook and our YouTube platforms at the Baroness PRTVC Live. Take care of yourselves.
Right? And this is to let you know that the campaign is not over. We will continue this advocacy until the numbers dwindle and are eradicated completely. I am Anita Malum, thanking you for being with us and asking you to join us again on another exciting edition of The Baroness. Thank you to our entire production team for always being there. Let us not discriminate or stigmatize sickle cell warriors. They are human beings just like you and me. Have a good day.